Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey, I wanted to do this quick video because it impacts us immensely here in Seattle and not in a good way. You might have heard Amazon announcing massive layoffs globally, but it affects us more than any other community in the world here in Seattle. Because as you might know, Amazon is based here in Seattle, affecting a lot of, again, lives, dreams shattered, businesses are going to be affected, and of course also real estate. Why? Well, because now you have some employees that are being laid off by Amazon that were homeowners or are homeowners, and now they have to make a big decision. I've got a paycheck coming in. How can I pay my mortgage? Am I going to have to sell my house? We'll have to rent it, get another job and rent it out and just write it off until I get another job. And that sucks. I get it. It totally sucks. Maybe you probably gotten fired or laid off at one point in your lives, and it's you could sympathize with these people. But at the same time, not to make it sound insensitive, it's an opportunity. But this is the way life is, right? It's an opportunity for a lot of buyers out there. Because as other people are forced to sell their homes, it's a good opportunity for buyers to kind of get into the market. How much here in Seattle? I'm going to let you know in a second. Quickly, my name is Julian Gonzalez, and I'm a real estate professional here in Seattle for RSVP Brokers ERA. Gladly appreciate you subscribing or following my channel. Okay, hey, again, if you missed it, the news broke earlier this week that Amazon was laying off. At first, reports was 30,000 employees. That's massive. I mean, we had one several years ago as Amazon tries to save a buck, right? They try to save a lot. They overhired. That's one of the news that I heard. They overhired a lot of people during the pandemic. The other thing is AI, right? That's a big one. AI, that's a big reason, again, just replacing people out there. And in this case, replacing a lot of software engineers. So although AI is great, it's going to take a lot of people's jobs. So you might want to think about that. Again, first we heard that 30,000 employees are going to be fired or laid off rather. And then Seattle Times came out with news just a couple of days ago that it's going to be 14,000 everywhere. Not only in here in Seattle, so you're okay. 14,000, a lot better than 30,000. And then Seattle Times and Axios came out with a news that it was going to be only 2,300 employees in our area. And of course, that would be the east side out of Bellevue or South Lake Union, or I consider also downtown Seattle, which 2,300, my gosh, you think about it. I even, texted one of my clients that we got her place out in Queen Anne. I asked her, hey, are you okay? She said, yeah, I'm doing okay, but not so much for some of my colleagues. They're not doing well at all. So kind of puts human emotion into it when you just read the words and you just flip the page or do something else. These are lives that are being shattered, impacted by this terrible news, right? But again, it is an opportunity for a lot of buyers out there. If you want to really zoom into it, here in the Seattle, downtown Seattle area, when you look the heart of Amazon, Axios reporting, when we look at the hub, the heart of Amazon, which is the Doppler, I call it Bezos balls. Affectionately Bezos balls. Axios reporting it's going to be 361 jobs. And again, software engineering divisions, the one that are going to be hit the hardest. Those people need to make a decision. For buyers, well, it could be a good opportunity. However, logic tells me, right, if you're in the IT business, if you're working for Amazon, you're working for Microsoft, Boeing, anything with IT, you're getting compensated really well. You're getting paid well. A lot of those people make six figures. So if you can afford six figures, and maybe your partner works also, you make six figures, and your partner also works, so we're talking about, you're making a household income is a lot. So you can afford the high-end homes, over $800, $900 million. So we think it's going to be 361 jobs. How many of these really own a home? Not that much. Probably not that much. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. But the fact is that when you look at how many homes are out there, 361 is really a drop. And if we're talking about high-end home, it's not really going to affect a lot. It's not going to help a lot of you buyers out there because the sweet spot really is anywhere from 450,000 to about 650, 700. That's the range most people look at, that price range right there. So again, if a lot of these people that make great salaries have to sell their house, most likely that house is probably not in your in your wheel to buy a home. How long is it going to last? You know, this, man, it's such a small drop. I don't think it's going to go very long. Is it going to impact? Yeah, it's going to impact lives. But we're seeing an increase, right? And I'll show you this screen. I showed you this last month. I do it every month. The housing market update, Northwest MLS, September. So it was last month. The residential market, year over year, is an increase of 18% of new listings, okay? And when we see days on market, it continues to rise. For you buyers, that's great, because as the days go higher or increase for a seller, a homeowner, that's not good for them, because now you could ask for concessions. You've heard me say it a lot. So there's more houses, there's more inventory. It's good for you buyers, and it also stabilizes the prices just a bit. We saw a year over year increase of 2%. The median sales price, $975. That's about where all these IT people are located, $975, right? So it might not help you guys a lot, but still, guys, there's some good opportunities out there for a lot of you buyers out there. I'll have the numbers for the Northwest MLS for the month of October, and expect the same trend, an increase in inventory as prices continue to kind of just stay stable especially as we get towards the end of the year. And also, one big thing, please remember, guys, that if you have a job you kind of look at that can be replaced by AI, you might want to consider something else, or kind of pivoting to something that's a little bit more secure, especially if you are a homeowner. All you guys out there affected by this layoffs, nothing but love for you guys, and I really hope that things turn out well for all of you. Good luck.